going to be naughty and warm this up. This camera is terrible. For a phone that's not that old, the lighting is terrible. And I don't mean that in a way of like, oh, the lighting is just too bright. It's bonkers, but anyway, it'll have to do. I've even found that when I'm trying to take pictures of certain things, even in nature, it's like this camera. What is up with it? But anyway, it doesn't matter. I can't be bothered coming on my computer, so why? There's two people in, don't know who the other person is. I'm going to just warm this up and see who comes in. So I shall return. I will leave you with Yodi in a minute. Oh, I'm back. Sorry guys, just waiting. Hi Archangel Michael. And who else have we got? JP and Rachel. And Big Rainbow Wizard. Oh yes, Yoda's hosting the show. Well, I just thought I'd come for a chat because, as you know, things are changing because I have a job that is quite knackering, may I add. It is working in a warehouse with craft stuff, which is hilarious because I love the craft stuff, but it is knackering and my feet have only just recovered, but I start again tomorrow. But it's a good thing. And this chat is a bit random how it's going to come out. I have wrote a few things down, but I'm going to try and get this out before I go to bed because I've got to get up very early. Hi, Dobsy. Some people would say, ooh, gone back out in the Matrix. Yeah, gone back out in the real world where we do actually have to do things. And it is about time. And this time is coming. And it's not necessarily something I want to do for the rest of my life, but it's something I just need to do for now to bring other things in that I want to do for the rest of my life that will just help that spur things on with new opportunities. In the end, you've got to look at things in a different light. It is knackering. I am tired, but I'm not afraid of work because I've done it before. I walk everywhere and I've always done that anyway, and it's a walking job. It's literally on your feet all day. So if anybody knows of a really good pair of shoes, hi Ricardo, that are good for walking about if you're, you know, in that sort of jobs. I know people in certain professions have to have, you know, good shoes for being on the feet all day. Literally on your feet all day, literally half an hour dinner on your feet all day. So you're not sitting down on the job. I Teresa, but I have, yeah, work can be stressful, but as long as you like what you do, it's not a bad job. It's not rocket science. It's a thing where you can go off and you're with people, but you can go off because you're picking in a warehouse and you just can go off doing your own thing. So I sort of see that as I'm thinking about other stuff while I'm doing it, but that's not where I'm initially going to be in the end. I just need to be out there at the minute working towards other stuff, which I am working towards. Yeah, my mum said Skechers. I have treated myself to I will get a pair of Skechers, but I have treated myself to a pair of Crocs. Oh my God. I never wanted a pair of them, but apparently, hi Mooney J Boots, but I'm going to be talking about a few different things tonight. Space hoppers. Yeah, space hoppers would be good. Maybe I could jump around. That'd be really good. Be able to jump over to the next warehouse. The Crocs, but I've got the proper ones. I haven't got the fake ones. I've ordered a proper pair. They were dear, but I was going to get a funky pair, but I just got a boring black pair. I don't do black, but I got black because I thought they'll match with anything, because you can sort of wear what you want, but I need to see how comfy they are. So apparently people in medical stuff and all that wear them. I'm thinking of going in something comfy and then changing when I get there and then changing back out of them. So I'm going to try them. I don't know if anyone else has tried them, like the real pair, not a fake pair. Do they still toe capture Crocs? No, you don't have to wear them at my place because it's not heavy stuff. Like, it's not like machinery and stuff. It's like craft stuff, the stuff that I like. But I'm just going to try them out, and if I wore Crocs they're comfy, good, because if they're not, I'll just use them in the garden or something, or at home. But my daughter wore Crocs with the NHS. Yeah, that's what I mean. A lot of people are on the feet all day, so I'm hoping that if I go in one pair of shoes and then change over, it's because my feet aren't used to being standing for basically 8 in the morning till 4:30 in the evening and then walking home. So when I get out of work, I've got half an hour walk as well. But sometimes I did get a lift on Friday, so that was good. So they've got to be comfy. So I'd change into probably trainers after. So that was a killer because my feet were just literally, oof. But if I get used to that, it's exercise anyway, which is good. Skechers are expensive, however. Yeah, I'm not bothered how much things are. If they last, and that's a good thing. You don't want something that, you buy the cheap, they hurt your feet and they don't last. So that's okay. I'll invest. I'll get some for Christmas or something. It's not a job that I'm intending to stay at forever, but why I'm there, even if it's for the year or however long it lasts, because I'm hoping to get something nearer to home. I've just got to get used to it. My body's not used to that. It's not been used to doing that much walking and literally standing for hours on end. So what I do on my break is I take my shoes off. I did go down some aisles and I did sort of stretch my feet out and everything. And I was doing exercises in the aisles and I'm just like, don't look at me. I'm just stretching my legs. So yeah, I'm standing on concrete. Yes, there's no grass. I'm standing on concrete. So yeah, if I could walk around barefoot, I would, honestly. But I'm sure my feet will toughen up. I'm sure I'll toughen up to it. But I'm not shy of doing work. So that's okay. You'll not have them if your feet laugh out loud. They're very comfy. I worked in kitchens and wore them. Oh, good. Well, I'll report back on what I think about them when I receive them. I'm actually looking forward to getting them. Apart from that, it's going to be a good pick. We've got a little bit on Mr. T, a little bit on the plan that people don't understand with Mr. T. I've just wrote a few notes down and just some bits and bobs what's going on. So today I put the hair picture up, if anyone saw it, on my community post, because, if you don't know, I did have dreads, and then I took a picture of when my hair's down and curly, which it isn't, it's up and it's in a bob now and it's curly, and that's my natural curls. That picture wasn't for vanity reasons, because I've noticed there's people out there who comment on people's channels about vanity, and they think that when a woman is on a platform, they're looking for admirers. That's what a lot of men think. I've seen those comments and I just think it's ridiculous, because yes, you will, if you have a woman, you will get men who admire women and vice versa. There's nothing wrong in that. I put those pictures up because I wanted to show the difference between, what's the worst, my sketches when I was by the 3 months, concrete words amount. Yeah, it does, but you know, we'll see. But the picture was to say, if anyone read it, and I can't read it because it's on my phone and I'm not looking at, I'm on my phone, about the difference in, I've had so many different hairstyles, and it's all right if you haven't, but I do like a change up because it's nice to have a change up. I had the dreads for over a year and a half, and then I've gone back to my natural hair, which I'll probably grow out again, or maybe I won't, or whatever I do with it. But what I was trying to say was, no matter what I do with my hair, no matter what I do with my makeup or whatever I put on, not that it looks like I've got much on, because this camera's so wipes you out a bit in colour. I've got pink lipstick on, but you wouldn't know that because it doesn't look like it on here. And I've always wore a bit of makeup. I've always wore cat's eyes and all that. It's just my signature. That's what I call it. It just feels like me. It was showing the difference between, no matter what change up I do, it's still me inside. And I can't remember what I wrote about it. We're expressing ourselves. I'm an artist. I see us as a canvas, and what people choose to wear or choose to do on the face or not to do on the face, or choose to do with the hair or not the hair, is you expressing. And you can take that back to source of expressing how you feel. And you know, I think it's boring if you're not expressing in some sort of way. Yes, some people are like, oh, I'm all natural and I never wear this and I never wear that and I don't wear bright colours and I don't do this and I don't do that. That's fair enough, but that's not wrong either. But it's not wrong to express yourself either. There's a lot of people out there who think, again, in the spiritual community, if you are expressing yourself in a way where it seemed as unnatural, what the fuck is natural? Eat this, don't eat that, don't eat this, don't do that. We're here in a material world, you know. We're supposed to enjoy certain stuff. You know, Egyptians and people won't make, but you're here to express. I don't want to be a blank canvas. If you want to be a blank canvas, that's fine, but you can do what you want because you're here to express your expressive self of whatever that is. I like art and I'm an artist and love creating, so obviously that's probably why I've had different hairstyles. I've messed with different colours on my hair. I've messed it up as well. I like to wear makeup in different colours of, well, I do actually wear the same sort of colour makeup and I've always stuck to it. I'm not really in with the trends that go with makeup when you get a lot of people who love different makeup, eyeshadows and stuff like that. Nothing wrong with that. Expression. I'd love to do that, but I am quite probably a stickler for the colours that I like myself. Not that you can see in this camera because this is really washing me out. I have actually got blush on. It's pink. Pink lipstick. Doesn't look like I've got pink lipstick on. I've always worn a brown lip liner since the 90s, and that lip liner has never changed, and it's by Rimmel and it's cappuccino if anybody knows it, and they've never changed it. That's probably one thing that I've never changed because that's just me. But what I'm trying to say is you're here to express the way you want. So when people say, you know, you might get into something and think, oh my God, because I've been through, oh, be spiritual, it means don't do this, don't wear your hair like that, be boring, don't do this, don't do that, don't wear that, don't wear makeup, don't eat this, don't eat, they just fuck off, basically. I'm in one of them moods. Fuck off. Do what you want. As long as you're not hurting others and you're happy, that's fine. You know, you can get lots of natural makeups and stuff like that if you're into that. Whatever. It's like people go on about plastic and stuff like that. Did you know there's a fungi out there that eats plastic? And we can recycle it. So, you know, there's a lot of things out there they're trying to make out as bad that actually isn't. Just saying. Yeah, any suggestions of what eyeshadow would Yes, I do. I think a lovely purple, amethyst purple, would look lovely with grey, white. Oh, yes. I do. It just pisses me off sometimes. You could say it's not spiritual to swear. Well, I'm saying it pisses me off sometimes that people, especially in the spiritual community, think they have a say in that. Just because maybe they're a bit boring themselves and don't like to inject a bit of expression and colour. You know. Just saying. Just saying what I think. Just saying colour is a vibration. Colour's a frequency. It's a language. So bloody wear it. You know what I mean? Yes. Yes. I need to bring more colour in my life. I'm not saying I do like quite muted tones, but I want to bring more in. Like I said, with some new dresses and flowers in my home. You know, it doesn't have to be what you're wearing. It could be flowers in your home. Because someone was saying on JCK's chat this morning when I was saying about when she was sat there talking, something about certain plants are healing. I just said, whatever plants or flowers you're attracted to, get more in your house. It brightens your home up. They're beautiful. Preferably plants. You know, I love orchids because at least like they're planted and they're growing and you've not cut them. But either way, whatever, and bring that into your house. You know, colour in your house with all sorts of different things. Colour is a frequency. It's when everyone was going through the grey stage of house decoration, painting. I'm not slagging the grey off, but I just thought it was boring because everyone was following suit with everyone. Again, fashion. Let's do everything grey. Grey's boring. Sorry, grey's boring. Says me. This is actually a grey colour. It's really funny. It is a canopy, but I couldn't find. I needed something neutral in this room because, funnily enough, the wall behind me looks a bit white, but it is a silvery grey. That my mum painted, not me. But I don't mind my bedroom neutral. But because, hopefully, with where my life's going at the minute, and if things go well, there's going to be big changes with me and my boyfriend, and at some point, you know, things will be happening where my boyfriend will move in. And I've said to him, because my house is neutral as in white walls, which I love because you can change it up with colour and you don't have to like keep changing the colour of the walls. You can put pictures up that bring the colour in, but I do want a bit of colour on some walls. But I said to him, well, think about it, because if you move in, I want you to join in with the decorating. I want you to feel part of the house, to feel that you've put your say in it as well. And it's not just me going, I'm having it like this and this is it, because he's got quite good taste. He's quite a jigsaw puzzler, meaning he can fit things in places that I wouldn't even think of, as in furniture wise. He likes the Moroccan style a bit, so I'm quite looking forward to that, because we're going to have the conservatory as a chill out room, and I think a bit of green in there with our plants and get more flowers in and have it as the inside out, meaning if you bring in more plants and flowers in, it's healing anyway, but bring in the outside in, especially over winter. So you've got an inside garden chill out room, if you get what I'm saying, chill out room. So, and we're going to turn the dining room into, it's a dining room, but that's going to be more of the crafting room, because I've got shelving units and we're going to put all that away, but like we can do things at the table, which I'll show you what Finn's been doing today. It's quite funny. So yeah, there's all that change coming. I don't even know what I'm babbling about now. So yeah, colour and stuff. So yeah, so it'll be a bit of that's a big change that's coming when we've sorted a few things out. So when that gradually starts to take a movement, which we've had a really lovely weekend this weekend, because we've been together this weekend and he's been helping me out since I've got this job, and he's been helping me out with Finn, and he's been coming to my house to do tea. So when I get home, tea was ready for me. A cup of tea was ready for me and tea was ready for me, and he'd done tea for Finn and all that. Even though my son's here, my eldest, he's been helping as well, but it was so nice. But what I'm trying to say is my biggest teacher is my boyfriend, because he's taught me so much, but he also said that I've taught him a lot as well. It's like the spiritual and the material coming together, the yin and the yang. He's more earthbound, I'm more up there, but we balance each other. So I could get emotional talking about it. He's gone through a lot in his life, not going to talk about that, but he knows how to be a better person, and he's helping me being a bit more organised, because I am the crappiest person for being organised ever. As most people will know behind the scenes, and most people will know when I'm trying to say I'm doing stuff, and I do stuff, but like when I've been trying to do things with my businesses that I wanted to do, I've done all right, but like, you know, I'm just not organised in that sense. So he is more that way, and I'm like, so it's good, because I think if we do move in together, he's pushing me in other realms that I'm really not comfortable with, which is good, and I'm vice versa the other way. So really, he's helping me to organise myself a bit better, and it's helping each other and it's supporting. So this weekend, he's been helping me do stuff, and he's sanded the kitchen down because he's been like that for ages. I'm so crap. I think it's because it's been like that for ages because I've not noticed it. It's mad. So he's been helping with that. We're going to get that painted this week, and you'll never guess what colour. You're going to laugh after we just told him what colour we went. I said, what colour do you think? I'm thinking like a lemon, or like an appley green. I don't mean a dark apple green, I just mean a pale, but like a bit like fresh. And he's like, are you ready? Grey. I went, grey. Grey. Do you mean that colour grey? Grey, that everybody's doing that grey, and it just reminds me of being boring. Grey. I went, well, it's all right if it's a bit of a silvery grey, and then we can put some colour with it, like bright pink or something. Do you know what I mean? So I had to laugh because I was like, fucking hell, grey. But the only thing is with the kitchen, it's that small, and the units are white. There's only a farty little bit of space that needs painting, so really you're not really going to see it, and he reckons the white will stand off. So I'm like, okay, so we could have accents of something else. I think when you put an accent with something else, like my sister went grey, but we should put an accent of mustard yellow with it, so it's quite bright in that sense. So something, I have actually got mustard tea coffee pot things, so maybe that will brighten it up. So we'll see, but he is quite good at putting stuff together. I am not good at, I'm quite what do you call it, collective. I like bohemian stuff. I am a bit of a collector, so when he moves in, I'll be thinning stuff out, which is fine. So yeah, he's like, yeah, I've got to get rid of things. It's hilarious. I need to, but we're balancing it out, because if he moves in, I'm gonna have to get rid of shit so he can bring his shit in. Oh, I've got 2 wardrobes in here, and I'm thinking, I've got this one over there with a bookshelf, and then I've got one over there, and that's small, and I'm thinking, oh, do I need the bigger wardrobe, or does he need the bigger wardrobe, or do we go into Finn's wardrobe, because he's got a double massive wardrobe that used to be my eldest son's when he was in there, and I'm thinking, oh my God, but he's got more clothes than me, and I'm thinking, I'm a woman, and I'm thinking, right, well, can I downsize, which I can, and go in the smaller one, and he can have the big one, but he's worse than me. Ray gets the bookshelf. Well, we're sharing the bookshelf. I've got 2 bookshelves. I've got one upstairs and one downstairs. They're covered in books and bloody tarot cards. But it's good because we've got a selection of books to read in our chill out room that we're going to sort out for winter, because I love reading in winter. I do bits in summer, but winter's the best because it's more cozy. So I don't know, I'm sure we're going to move it about, and he'll have his say, and I'll let him have his say, because I want him to feel comfortable when he moves in. I'm not going to be one of them women who's like, it's my way or the highway, because that isn't supportive. So yeah, basically I'm burbling on. So what I'm trying to say is, we had a lovely weekend this weekend. Finn was good because he can play up. He's helped me support me at work, and I made a lovely, was it cottage pie, shepherd's pie, I get mixed up, one with beef in it, soup paste, whichever one that was, homemade. Finn ate it and had some more and loved it, and wants it for tea tomorrow, because I made a massive one. There's enough left for tomorrow. I put a lot of love and intention in that, and I cooked it slowly, and it was lovely. And we were together, like, we are together, but we were together this weekend because he stayed over as if we were living with each other, even though we do see a lot of each other, but it was just working really well. And I said to him today, do you know what? Thank you for being so supportive this week. And he's just like, well, that's what we've got to do, you know, that's how we've got to pull together and be doers. And I was like, it's great, because I've never been with anyone who, maybe 1 or 2, but in the last years of my life, partners that want to support the partner, they just want to go off and do their own thing. They're not interested in helping around the house. They're not interested in supporting. It's just, you know, like me. He's not like that. He may have been when he's younger, but he's a little bit older than me, and he wants that. He wants a family, as in this family that's already made. We're not having any more. But to pull together to help each other, because that's what you're supposed to do, aren't you, partners? But a lot of people don't act like that. They just want their own way, and they don't want to share, you know. So for me, it was a bit of a shock, because I'm not used to it. I'm sort of used to doing things on my own and not having that much support and stuff. So it's great that I'm getting that, and it will spur me on to push us forward with the other things in life that we want to bring in, that we want to try and bring in creatively, and something that we want to do on the sideline, that we want to build up to something in the future, you know, together. Even if that takes a couple of years, because we've got to do it properly. And there's a few things I've got to work on. Why I'm working. In my spare time, I've got to work on the things that I make and do. And I've just got a heart off him. Off in WhatsApp's just gone to 17 in chat as well. That I'm not going to talk about now, but something I'll be working on. You know, even if it does take a year or so, to bring something in. If you get what I'm saying. So it's been lovely and that is what I did ask the universe for a while back, that I would have someone who helped me and pushed me, even though I've not liked it. I didn't like the fact that I got chucked straight into a job the other weekend. It was knackering, and I did feel a bit forced to do it, and it was like, how fucking dare you, like, disturb my, like, whatever. But in a sense, I know I needed that, because change is happening around the world, change is happening out there and within people, and change needs to happen. And the only way other things come in new and opportunities, even though it might seem a bit crappy at the time, is when you actually change things up. So with that happening, things changing, like it's changing for the kids and that, because of certain routines now, and it will change if he moves in, because even though we've been together, it'll be 2 years next, whenever we went into lockdown is when we got together, so 2 years coming up. We've been together since, but not lived together. But when that does happen, it'll still be a big change, because you're under each other's feet every day. But it was proving a lot this weekend that the things we were doing and helping each other, and he's helping me and I'm helping him, it will work, because we want to help each other. It's not all about one way, you know, it's my way or the highway, or I'm just doing this and I'm not helping you, which is how some people are, especially when they're younger. It's not about that. It's about, we want things, and we need to do things out there to bring things in that we do want. Like I said, some people say you've gone back into the Matrix. It's like, no, it's how you play while you're in the Matrix. If we want something, and we want to do things where we can go off and do different things, like get a camper van, then we need money for that camper van. So that means we have to work and we have to do certain things to save to get that. But initially we can go off and do our own thing of what we want to do, the way we want to do it in the end. Hi, Sweet CC, nice to see you. Sometimes changes have to be made to bring in change. Yeah, they do, Rachel, and that's what I'm trying to say with, it might seem bad at first, but it's not, because it'll bring other opportunities, and that's what's happening in the world. So, I'm going to go into, you know, the Mr. T chat in a minute, of people who lost faith, and people who I watch now and again lost faith, was all over it, supported him. But I've seen a lot of people out there, people I like, and people who talk about good things, who just sort of, what? Yes, I'm picking them up. For example, JCK was saying the other day, you know, people talk about Mr. T, Trump, and they're like, oh, well, he didn't come back. I don't think these people understand. Just saying it how I say it, and I'm gonna go over that in a minute. I just wanted to show you what Finn was making today while I'm looking at it now. I think he stuck it together with a bit of extra modelling clay. But I'll give him some modelling stuff today that you cook in the oven, like female stuff or whatever it is. And he made this. But the hands are really funny. This is a thing off YouTube called Siren Head. It's just a noisy big long thing with the siren head, you know, like siren. And he made this, and it was quite good, really. Look at the hands and everything. But I said to him, it's a bit thin, like a stick. It'll probably break, which he did do, but he stuck it together with this bit here. But the one piece that was really good at 6 years old, wish you all the happiness in the world, that's why it should be you. Wash the dishes and I'll dry them. Yes, Teresa, and it was really funny because if I cook, he'll wash the dishes. But today he didn't, because he looked in the kitchen and went, oh my God, you've used like every pot in the house to make cottage pie or whatever it was. Yeah, cottage pie. I went, yeah, I know, I'm going to wash them. But he normally does, and he does a lot. But it is that you cook, I'll wash the dishes. That's the way it should be, helping each other. He sanded my kitchen walls. I cleaned it up because there was dust everywhere today, so we did that, and then we'll be painting it together. So Finn did a Lego man, and I thought this Lego man was pretty good for a 6-year-old. It's got the thing going on there, Lego head and everything. Look at that. You see? Don't know if it's in focus, but he's got the little round bit on the top, the little round head. I know it's not in focus. Smiley face. He's even done the hands. The little, the little hands. The little connected bit here. Look at that. This is his Lego man. So put that in the oven. So now it's hard. And knowing that, I said to him, you're so good at your little moulding, your little, figures and stuff. He's so cool. So he was doing that. And I said, you can paint them this week. I was making a cold oil because I've had the cold. That started on Thursday. We're going out to work. My mum's like, I don't know how many colds you get. I said, I get 2 twice a year, every year, that I've always got, and it lasts 3 days. A bit fluey. I don't know anyone who's had it this year. Oh, you don't know anyone who's had it this year, but you've seen loads of people get the you-know-what. I went, So anyway, I made this. It smells like Vicks Vapor Rub, and it's been working. So that's good. And I've also been taking the Beechams, not the drink, the actual capsules, because they work a treat. So I don't mind them. I don't normally take stuff, but I don't mind them. So I've got my oils. And I've not been resting. I've been moving about. So I think I've like sweated it out of myself. But this happens twice a year, normal, every year that I get it. And it normally means you're fighting something off anyway. So that's fine. Feel better today. So in that mindset, put my makeup on for if you look better, you'll feel better, trick yourself. So there you go. I've also been up to quite a few bits of a range that I'm going to be bringing out, hopefully before Christmas, of my oils, face oil, which this is really moisturising, and I use my own stuff. So I'll be putting that on after. These lovely, lovely natural lip balms, ladies. Oh yes. It's pink, smells gorgeous. And some tin lip balms, but I will also be doing, I don't know, I was going to do them in the tin. I was going to do them in the stick, but I prefer them in the stick because you can do this, but then again, then you're getting a sticky finger. So I'm going to be doing lip scrubs and some lip balms, but I'm going to be doing sets of different things, and they might come up for Christmas, these, because they'd be quite pretty, for the ladies out there. That's got roses in it, the ladies out there, and the natural ingredients. So I've been messing around with them. This is so much. I'm not just saying this because I made it. I wear what I make, but they're so moisturising. Even Finn tried a bit today, and he's like, And then even on my boyfriend, I'm like, just pour a bit of this on your lips, because just being a guinea pig. It said it's not lipstick, it's lip balm, and it's just like mega moisturising. Like stays there for quite a while. It's mega moisturising. You can see the sheen, mega moisturising. So yeah, I'm up to a few things on the side of that stuff, and loads more stuff that I've got to get into process. So I'm quite excited about that. But like I said, if my fella moves in, he'll be pushing me to push it, because I am a little bit lazy in that sense of like, oh, I don't know what to do, and he's trying to get me organised. So I'm like, well, my name's changed again on Instagram. I found one now that suits what I'm about to do, but whatever. So let's go into the Trump chat. Right, so I've noticed people that, I do like the stuff that they're saying, but they do say a lot about, oh, we thought Mr. T was going to come back in January, but he didn't. So we haven't got a look at that, this, that, and the other. And I'm thinking, no. Yeah, no more men for me. You just got to find the right one. I'm going to explain the plan again because I really don't think a lot of people get it out there, especially in the spiritual community, because it's a bit like we're releasing, we're letting go. We're not supposed to look at the bad shit because you don't want to go on that timeline, which, yes, is true, because that's why I don't talk about certain things at the minute with this and stuff, because we know about that, we're aware of that, and I've said before, what do you do when you're aware? And you keep screaming about it, but I'm not going into that because I've talked about that. The plan. I'm going to go through this again. I don't care what other people think. It's just obvious now. I would say to those people out there that I like to watch is, I think you're wrong in a sense of, oh, a lot of people think he's a flip side of the coin, or he's not doing what he said, or he's not coming back. Well, he is coming back in a different form. And he's done the rally, by the way. Yesterday, was it? I've not watched it yet properly. I think they've tried to remove it, funnily enough. But I did write down a meme that I sent out. I think my sister sent it to me. I think I sent it to Lois and Rob and some other people behind the scenes. And it was Trump pointing to a sign saying, I've wrote it down because it says everything. Now, we got told a while back, if you were never into the number 17 and the letter Q, and you were never on it fully and researched properly and understood how it went. Now, when I first got into it, we always thought 2017, when the codes were put out, were for that year, or I should say going into 2018. And then we thought it was 2019. And then we thought it was 2020. And then it was like, freaking hell, what's going on? It was for now. All the stuff was dropped for now with what's coming up. So when you go back to the codes now, as was always said, the past proves the future proves the past. It's all there. You can't say, when's it all happening, this, that, and even put a time on it. We have put times on it, and that's when people get peed off because they're like, well, this never happened, well, that never happened. Again, you can't put everything out because the dark side are watching. And they had to put disinformation out as well. So, what the sign said was, I'm going to explain this a little bit more. I've said this before and I still hold true to it. I've not give up faith at all. I never did and I never will, because you can see it playing out. Now, he said, let me see, where did I put it? I don't know where I've wrote this. Yeah, this is it. So, Mr. T is pointing to a sign, and the sign reads, Miss Mia, question mark, learn any lessons, question mark, it'll be okay. Joe's, Joe Biden, Joe's not actually president. I'm just teaching the ignorant a lesson. It's obvious. When people say, oh, well, he didn't come in January, said he was going to come in January, we thought he was going to come in January. We wanted him to come in January, but really, when you think about it, that wasn't the way. We knew it was going to go two ways. It was either going to be, he got in January, which, if you think about it, wasn't a good idea. Yeah, it was to wake people up. I'm just explaining it to those who don't know. It wouldn't have really been right, because the media would have gone on at him like they did before. And yeah, it just wouldn't have gone to plan. So a lot of people fell off thinking, oh, everyone said he was going to get him. We did. I did. But we knew if it wasn't, it's because it'd be plan B, which was really the way it was always going to go, which was military. The military are in control. The military began it. The military will end it. The military asked Mr. T in. Because you also got told in the codes, if you're of Team 17, which a lot of people are not and they don't understand it, and you've read a lot and researched a lot, you can't tell the people, as we all know, because you can't. Have you tried to wake people up and tell them? Do they listen? No. Are they ignorant? Yes. You've got to show them. So I've always said with a lot of people, they had to let Mr. Biden win, even though we know he didn't win because we know it was fraud. So America and the world would see what a crap president he was, which he is. And the world is seeing that, because it's not just America seeing that. and to see the sort of things he was bringing in. And people are flipping now from that side and going, oh my God, like, Trump was right, we want him back, this, that, and the other. They're giving the world, and especially America, a taster of what you thought you wanted, but you don't want, and going through the pain of it, because we are in a war. A lot of people don't know that. But by seeing it and feeling it and experiencing it, even the pain and the shit, you had to, because that is the only way people are going to wake up and really want Mr. T back, even though he's not going anywhere. True that, a lot of Yanks have woken up now. They have that numpty as that numpty as poets. Exactly. So the plan always was Mr. T wasn't going to get in January. He is coming back. A lot of people like, he's done his job, he's not coming back. No, he is coming back. There's 17 in chat. He is coming back, and 18, you know who that is. He is coming back. He's just showing you. Because when it all falls out, which there's loads coming in the audits, and the reason why the audits didn't come out when we thought they were coming out and they've started coming out now is because they mentioned it, and then the media started reporting on it and saying this, that and the other, if you've seen it, which isn't true. Because when the Alliance put things out, they freak out and then start reporting on it, and then it's not what they thought, and then they get seen. So, as I've said before, the Alliance are 10 steps ahead of them. If people think out there that they're 10 steps ahead of us, they're not, meaning the dark side. Hi, Danny, they're not. The Alliance has been in since I don't know when, but I know it was way back probably in the 1950s or whatever, or after that, or after Kennedy's assassination, whatever. They were putting this plan together. And when people say, oh, why is it taking a lot of time? Just stop being pathetic, because at the end of the day, it's took that long because the controllers have been in for a very long time. So it's going to take quite a while, and it's going to have took like from that time to this time now, which is a long time. But it's obvious. People go, oh, he's not coming back. It's obvious. You're being shown what you don't want, so you know what you do want. It's a master plan. It's the greatest plan ever. It's the Great Awakening, and it is waking people up. They're digging. The mainstream media are the last ones to go down. But they're doing the job themselves. They're digging their own hole, and the Alliance are letting them. As said before, they can't go back on what they've said because the world will know they're lying, which they are. So they have to keep pushing the lies, but they're getting seen. So either way, they're getting seen. So no one should be bothered about how long it's taken. It'll take as long as it takes, but it is speeding up. We're nearly in October, Red October, Julian Assange, loads going on. People are forgetting that we're on number 17 team. What was actually said a few years ago. And then it pops up, you're like, oh, holy shit, like, do you remember? That's happening now. Oh my God. All the stuff that everyone said is a conspiracy. There is no conspiracies anymore because it's all being shown. Everybody even knows now. Even Russell Brand was reporting on the other day. Trump was right with what he said. Yeah, because people are realising that. And they all know that Joe is rubbish and they all want Mr. T back. That's why I said you cannot tell the people, you must show the people. He ain't president. It's a show. But it's not the show that some people think because they think it's still for the dark side. That's ridiculous. You don't have someone working for the dark side that's actually waking people up around the world and showing MSM for what it really is. That is a really crap plan. You know what I mean? So, again, for those that believe that you shouldn't be looking at that, hi Zal, and you think that Mr. T, you know, has disappeared and he's not doing what he said, you're wrong. You're wrong. He's doing exactly what he said. It's just that people don't remember what the 17 team said, if you know what I'm saying, or were never onto it in the first place. A lot of people jumped on that bandwagon coming halfway through it or near the end. They don't remember the things at the beginning. They haven't gone back to look at the codes and realise it's all there. Future proves past. So when people say, you know, that I do like JCK and stuff like that, and they do talk about Trump like that now, like, oh, he's not coming back, you know, he didn't come back in January. They're the people that I don't understand, and I don't believe we're ever fully into the queue, you know what I mean? Which is fine, but I'm just saying that's not how it is. He wasn't supposed to get back in January. It's part of the plan. He was never going to come back in January. And to me, it was an initiation to see who'd fell off the plan and start moaning about it, going, oh my God, it was always going to be with the military. It's with the military now, and it's going to end with the military because we're not going to civil war. So this is why I'm dead calm. I see people flipping and flopping, you know, falling off the faith with all that because they've not either seen it on the date, the time, when we all said it's not supposed to. There was supposed to be disinformation because the dark side are watching too, and we haven't got it all right with the times, and that's why I don't like putting times on anything. You know, because if you do, as soon as something is seen as if it's not happening, it doesn't mean it's not. Everyone falls off. And everyone moans about, well, when's it happening? When's it happening? It's just, to me, it's like, get on with your life, live your life, expand, grow, live your life, enjoy it while we're going through the shit, which is a lot of what a lot of people are saying, you know. A lot of people that watch JCK, Mark Atwood and all the people that I watch, they're all saying that because we're all in tune with that. Most people know that. It's about living your life, being a good person, but living out there in the world, why this is going on. If you're not living why this is going on, there's absolutely no point because it'll be harder to get through. So there is all that. Nature does go on because when you look in nature, nature's thriving everywhere despite what they say. There's growth everywhere. I see it all the time. She will go on if we weren't all here, but we all do need each other because we are connected to Gaia. So, you know, she's doing a thing. There's things out there that's happening all over the world that's natural, and there's some things that are happening out there with Gaia that ain't natural because there's lots of things going on with different weather machines and shit that we have that do certain things, that make certain things look like they're happening. Example, Haiti, and things happening. That's how the traffic, the you know what, and all sorts going on. But there's all sorts going on. So when you look at the plan, it's obvious. And, you know, they've called Mr. T the greatest chess player. It's obvious. So people shouldn't moan about how he didn't get in January. And even these people who say they're awakened to stuff, some of them don't even understand it. I sit watching people thinking, oh my God, got people with big channels. And you're like, it's obvious. And I've never fell off that, never wavered off it. And that's not being big-headed. I've just never wavered off it because I can see it. It's a great, how the hell would you play the plan? You wouldn't have got in January, like I said, because the media are going to spin it. So, all the shitty stuff that's going on now with Joe Biden, it's great because he's getting seen for what he's doing, and it's not all on Mr. T, which is brilliant because that's how it's supposed to be. It looks like it's nothing to do with him. So, like I said, when the picture said, with Trump pointing to it, miss me yet, learn anything, learn any lessons, it'll be okay. Joe's not actually president. I'm just teaching the ignorant a lesson. What you thought you wanted. The many YouTubers who are during the Q thing are all taken up with the drama trolls on the message board centre and the agents that come out taking credit for other people's work. Yeah. It's just that I see people that I normally watch, and I know people that you lot watch out there that are not going along with it. And I think it's because there's that much information out there that people are getting caught up, like Zal just said, with other people that are going against it, and then they're feeding into it because, you know, there's still a lot of people that don't believe in that. They don't have to, but it is a thing, and it is happening, and it is part of the plan, and it is part of the bigger picture. So it is a thing to be aware of, and it's not a thing I'm going to let go of, even though they say let go of stuff. Like, I don't talk about it as much as I used to, but I know it's a thing and it's there and it's an alliance and it's helping us with other stuff. And it was all to push us to be sovereign. Mr. T always said when he was in, power back to the people. And that's what he's giving back. And I said, I'm giving America back at Christmas. Well, we did get told a few Christmases ago about a big Christmas present. But that also means back to the world, because we follow suit with America. Everything that happens there happens here. That's why we look over there, the last beacon of hope, because that's what it wanted to take down. That went down, the whole world went down. So it's easy to see. So I do feel sorry for the people who fell off and have lost trust with the letters, the number 17, and have definitely lost faith with Mr. T, because it didn't come in how they wanted to come in. I wanted him to come in January. There was nothing more I wanted for the world to fucking wake up in January and see. We all wanted that. But I also knew it probably wouldn't happen as well. Remember, I got invited to go to Camelot Castle when it was the election thing, and I wanted to be there and I wanted to see that. But I didn't go because I got to go there free, but it was a travelling down there at the time that we couldn't do. And it would have been a bummer because he didn't, but it was meant to be that way. And I think that's when a lot of people fell off, because they were like, oh my God, you know, all these people were saying that you've got, well, they don't understand, because you go back and you read the codes and you know it was never going to happen that way. It was either that way or it was with the military. It was always going to be with the military. So, you know. Hello, Zalma. So I'm listening to Janine sometimes and how it goes with the awakening for others than me. Sometimes it's a little tired to listen to it and think about the things she says. Oh, I don't know what you mean, Danny. What do you mean? The things I say. What? The information that has been found with Arizona audit yesterday was not shown, but they put out lies. Yeah, the audits have come out and the mainstream media are still lying, so that's all going on. So we know. But Trump's been talking about audits. They're just getting caught up in their own shit. The more it goes on, the more you see. So yes, it's still interesting. Well, Dolly, UK is going to be part of America. I think the whole world's going to be part of America. I think it's going to be like, America's just going to be like, if you're in with the sovereign, we're in with America. Like Australia, everywhere, it's just going to be like, I don't mean one world order. That's what people will see. We'll all just be one. But I don't mean that what they wanted. But does anyone get what I'm saying? The new America's like, everybody wants to be sovereign and free, land of the free. If you get what I'm saying. Does anyone get what I'm saying? I know what I mean, and I think I know what you mean, JP, as well. You know. That's why countries were falling, because too many people were too bothered about giving charity to other countries. Wait a minute, though that money wasn't really going to other countries, and not sorting out the homeless and stuff in their own countries. You know what I mean? That's why I'm saying, when every country is sorted out and we're all abundant with all, which I believe will be, people won't need to go to other countries and be starving and having to work in other countries because they're getting more money because their country doesn't, you know, you don't make enough money in your country or whatever it is, because the world will be abundant and there'll be none of that. So people may stay, they may go back home to the home countries. Do you know what I'm saying? So, because the world will be abundant the way it should be. There should be nobody starving. Like I said before, all that feed the world nonsense years ago when you were younger, where's all that money gone? It hadn't gone to those people. It had gone in pockets of the high-ups. They only go to certain places and show it on those TV programmes doing good with celebrities in an area where they've probably built 3 houses and 1 well, and they show that and everyone thinks the money's gone somewhere, when we all know, when you look into it, it's bollocks. So we're getting our money back, we're getting gold and silver back. I think in the end certain taxes and things will go down, and all that money that they have stolen off the people worldwide can be given back to the people, not even tenfold, millionfold. Everyone would be abundant. That's how I see it. In the end, when that will be, I don't know. What time frame, I don't know. We're going on that timeline. Yes, I do believe. Australia is a basket case at the moment. Yeah, but Zalavs have said Australia's going to be a basket case. Big place. Where the most asleep is where it's going to be hard to hit. So, I've said this before, that is why, you know. Remember, you have the Union Jack on your flag, you know. Our monarchy is part of this big shithole. So, there's a trigger point that is coming. Oh, there's a trigger point. Every country's going through the trigger point, and they've got to. It's the domino effect, you know. America, the domino effect everywhere for everyone to wake up. This is what's happening, and this is what I've said before. Yeah, I mean, there's loads of things going on out there about this, that, and the other, and I guess we don't all really know the truth of how it's going to be and what it's going to, how it's going to look first, but there's definitely going to be changes for the better for the world. Not many Brits would say we will be part of the US if you guys want to join us, however. Yeah, well, I'd join the US any day. Any day. You know what I'm like. But yeah, Australia is going to go through their trigger point, like every country's going through the trigger point. People might not be seeing every country's trigger point because they're trying to, as we know, censor and all that shit. But every country will go through the trigger point and pain, because the only way, it's like when you go through your shadow side of yourself, of the pain you're going through within yourself to ascend, meaning your higher states of consciousness of looking at your shadow self and, you know, letting it go and all that stuff that goes with the inner work. It's happening on the physical as well. Every country will have to go through that. That's how the world wakes up. Hello, Anne-Marie. When I have pondered what you are telling me, you're looking good, Janine. Thank you. Hi, Janine. Hi, Robert. Hi, everyone. Yep, where we going, we go. I'm okay, JP. God provides. So, yeah, and you will be okay, JP. Zal, everybody will be. I know everyone's going through this shit. Whatever that is, everybody's going through something. And we know it's really hard with everything going on in the world, with people getting angry with people not seeing and people doing and all this, and are people gonna be okay? Are people gonna ascend? Are people this? Are people that? I do believe there's a higher plan going on, and I think if you're keeping your mind of states pretty balanced, it will be okay. And if you're not getting too angry, but we do get triggered. But like I've said before, this plan, the plan for the people, has been in place for a very, very, very long time. Their plan, that's been in for centuries, that the controllers that have done for a very, very long time, they've been very good at what they've done. And the reason why they had help was in the late 40s, 50s, when the TV came in and used it as a hypnosis state machine, or whatever you call it. I don't know what the right word is. What? Trying to look for. Oh, yeah. It's on one of these maps, and you'll see these in people's backgrounds who are quite spiritual. They do all have this map. The Q map. See, Q's there under the dome, and it's part of the plan, but there's all this going on, but it is part of the plan. What do they call it? They've called it, let's see if I can find it on here, because this is the second map that I've got. I know it's on here somewhere. Oh my god, where is it? It is, what do they call it? I don't know where it is on this map, but a hypnosis machine, whatever, that's what the TV is. Basically, it lies and hypnotizes everyone. Yeah, it hypnotizes everyone, as we know, television. So when that came in the 1950s or whenever it was, it became easier to program people, because everybody started sitting in front of the TV, having the TV dinners with the kids, and believing everything that was reported. Now, back in the day, there was good reporters who wanted to tell the truth. Well, then the dark side took over and, you know, started controlling those reporters and stuff like that. And if you've actually seen the film, actually, Rainbow Wizard, what was the film you told me to watch the other week about 9/11? And it was about reporters, and there was a news company, whatever you call it, and a little one, and they sort of realised what was going on, and they couldn't understand why, like, the Huffington Post and places like that weren't reporting on the truth. But they sort of got shut up because people didn't believe them, because all the other reporters were talking about the same thing. It was like, Oh, so they must be lying, because the other reporters weren't talking about that. They were shunning it. Well, that's how it works. We did get the plan, Dolly. Yeah, a lot of people got the plan, but a lot of people didn't get the plan, and a lot of people fell off the plan, and I think thought they knew the plan but didn't know the plan. Shock and Awe. Yeah, there's a film called Shock and Awe. Go and watch it. Reporters are not reporters anymore, and if they want to report the truth, they can't. Not unless you're independent. But I think a lot of people are getting the gist with that. So like I said, they got more help when the TV came into production, because people believe everything that's on the TV. And it's a bit like today, fact checkers. People believe, they go, I'm going to check fact checkers. Fact checkers was only brought in recently to go against the truth. The truth started coming out, and then fact checkers came out, and we all know what fact checkers are a part of. They're all in bed with each other. Do you know what I mean? So people have got to wake up to that. And it's not going to be a pretty sight when people wake up, let's face it. We know this. When you woke up, we know this. It's going to be mad, crazy shit. And that's why I keep saying, be calm, because you'll be here to help the people who are going to lose their schnizzle when they wake up. Because there's a lot of people there's still a lot of people that need to wake up, but I still do believe a lot of people are going to be abruptly waking up. By the way, I don't believe we're waiting until 2024 when Mr. T comes back, because if we were, I think the world would be burning, if you get what I'm saying. That's just not happening, because he can't say he'd be coming back then, because he hasn't, I don't know what the word is, he hasn't consented or ceded to saying that he's not president, if you get what I'm saying, because we all know he is. We all know he's coming back, and it won't be 2024 because that's too far away. The world will be burning by then. He'll be coming back soon, believe me. Patience is a virtue. A good thing can't be rushed. Let's put that out there. If it's rushed, mistakes happen. And this is why people get so pissed off, because they're like, what time? I'm getting sick of it. We're all going through this together. It's frustrating. We're all tired, but we must carry on. Yeah, we'll be all right. It just takes a while in our human timeline. I'd like it all to happen now. Yeah, too, but it might not be a good thing. I don't think it is, because I'd love it to happen tomorrow. I'd loved it to have happened in January. I'd love to have happened the other year and the year before. And I can't believe we've got to this point now where we're still like, but it can't be rushed, because things would have been not seen, and there'd have been things rushed, and we know what happens when things are rushed. No, it's got to be done properly. It's got to be done within the law as well. Miss Julian Assange must be free. Yes, well, Mr. Julian Assange was a real reporter, and he's got a lot to say, and we all know he's safe, and he will be saying, and there's Red October coming up. If you remember, he was in a place where it was red, with a red light, and we were all like, what is that? Submarines have red lights in like that. And they were always referencing Red October, which we thought was the other year. Then they started reporting on these submarines off the coast of wherever, and we're all like, yeah, it's not what you think it is. It's not what they're saying it is. But Julian Assange has a lot on Smart Dust, a lot of stuff. This is why he had to be put in protection. And when they did take him from the UK, someone picked him up and his feet never touched the ground, because it was something about touching American soil, and if he touched UK ground, he could have been arrested. But I think he was put in a UK with American people in an American car, and his feet didn't touch the ground, if anyone remembers. So crazy shit going on. But this is what I mean. People forget what's happened in the past. The future proves the past. People forget the codes. People forget it was all marked up and dated for now. And when you look back, those things are happening. So it's hilarious. Dollar, the Q map you were showing us, I've seen it before. Yeah, there's a few. There's this one, which I call the spiritual one, and there's one that has all this in. But then there's this. There's about 7 maps, and it's amazing because it has everything about the solar flash on it. It has things about orbs. It has things about sacred geometry. It has things about the star Merkaba. It has the higher mind. It has Tibetan rainbow body. It has the light workers, starseeds, wanderers, the indigos. It has Dolores Cannon on it. It has QHHT, which is the quantum healing, holistic healing. I've had that done. It was amazing. Antarctica. It's got 17. That part in it is part of everything, and that says let's just read what's in the 17. So it's Q. It's QAnon, high-rank military intelligence, anonymous, meme, the meme wars. It has been a meme war, and the reason why it's been a meme war, digital soldiers, is normally the algorithms don't pick up on the memes, and the memes are funny, and the memes wake people up because they're funny, and they're not like angry. They're funny, and funny wakes people up as well. The meme wars, and it says psychological thought bombs underneath, patriots, anons. It's not a thing that was out years ago that people get mixed up with Anonymous. There was a movement called Anonymous. It's not the same. They think because it's anons, because people are anonymous, it's to do with the Anonymous movement. Nothing to do with that. It's not the same thing. That's where people get confused and go, we knew about this years ago. It's not the same thing. Where we go one, we go all. End human trafficking. Q clock. We are on a Q clock, by the way. Follow the White Rabbit. The Matrix. People watch that film. It's out at Christmas. Trust the plan. Always did. Always will. Tribunals. End the Fed. Space Force. Palladian guidance, people. I just look at Melania and think, yeah. Anyway, white hats, something. North Korea peace. People forget we've got peace in North Korea, not happened in, 75 years, whatever it is. People forget about that. Who was part of that? Mr. T. What's Biden trying to do now? Cause wars. Was Mr. T? No. Hear all, see all. Drain the swamp. The storm. Release free energy. Nikola Tesla. Try codes. I can't read this. Something. X politics. ET books, I think it says. Yeah, that's just going on in that section. And then we've got, yeah, everything up there till we go to return to source, enlightenment, empty awareness, the rainbow body, the mystery of universal creation. It is said that the creation of the universe will always remain a secret, which it should be. We don't need to know. We don't need to know. But they have tried to know. And then we've got on the other side, we have got, the AI, ancient artificial intelligence, but and it goes on about the reptilians are subservient to the AI, and they will be wiped out during the Great Solar Flash. So there's loads going on there, of everything that everyone's possibly bloody looked into. Whether we believe it or not, it is interesting. That's all I am saying. I'm in one of the moods today. So, yeah. Yeah, exopolitics, I read some of them, very interesting. Yeah. So I have to go. God bless President Trump, President Kennedy, JFK. Yeah, thank you very much. How did you get it? Would love one to show. I got it ages ago. I actually got these sent to me. I got loads of these sent to me by Tapper77, who used to come in. He printed them off from somewhere. I think he got one and then printed them off. But then I have the big one, which is somewhere. The big one it's bigger than this. But I really want the big one printed out in the end, because it is a thing that woke me up. It is a thing that got me back on my spiritual journey. It is a thing that I'm still very much into, even though I don't have to talk about the in-depth of it, because it's amazing. And if you ever see people on YouTube, there's a lot of people who have it on in the background in a massive frame in glass, which I'd love, because it's part of something. But Sorry, I was just reading the little lines that have gone out of the Q, and then it's aligned to the Earth Alliance. Arrest the cabal, release free energy, and then obviously the free energy is the free energy 0 point, goes into a load of things. But yeah, I've had it for ages. The first one I got, funnily enough, was off eBay because the guy who made it sold it on there, and it's not things that people don't know. It's things that they put the map together of what people have researched and know, and the weird things that are going on and stuff like that. So it is really good. I just put QMAP in and it come up. You should be able to find it. But I've had mine for a couple of years. The first one I got was in 2018. I've had my big one since then, and I will keep it forever as history reference, because this will go down in history, and it's the greatest time to be alive to watch what's going on in history now, because crazy. Shock and Awe, yeah, what do we watch it? You need to see Shock and Awe. Honestly, you'll be amazed at like how they've put it out there, like they do, and you're like, oh my god. Yeah, it's true, Rainbow Wizard. There will come a time when those that speak truth will be breaking. Well, yeah, we're not one yet. Yeah, exactly. That's what they'll say, as we know that's what they do. But that's going to flip as well, because as the truth is coming out, you know, you've got the audits and lots of things being exposed, even though it's only because MSM are trying to cover it. We get seen as the bad guys, but you know, really, people are going to see what was going on. I said before, people who don't like Mr. T, it's not that they have to. 17 and 22 are going to see in the end what that guy's been doing for the world, basically, and they're going to feel quite, I think, disgusted with themselves that they've been that ignorant. They haven't researched, they believe what mainstream media have said and what other people have said, and they've not gone out there. And this is about power back to the people. They've not looked into themselves, they're just listening to other people. People could say to me, you're just listening to other people. I'm like, no, I actually did my research on the family and Trump and things he said in the past, and looked at certain stuff. And I have a book, a really old book with pictures of him in, with friends, like a bit like when they said he was racist, and he's friends with loads of black people, and they give money out to people and not ask for it back, and all this bullshit they put out there, and dated a black woman for 3 years. All the stuff that they've said was totally wrong. And they've gone on about, you know, building the wall and all that, and they said he was racist because of that, and it was, you know, not letting what was it, people over the borders. It wasn't to do with that. It was mainly a lot to do with, well, it was to do with that, mainly to do with, you know, child trafficking. But people don't get it, so they are beginning to get it, because people are beginning to see. Yeah, truth tellers are always being censored, Danny. Next step is to lock. Well, they have done that with people, but the thing is, you know, there's that much truth coming out. It's not gonna stand well, but that's where people have to stand up and speak out, you know. And this is why I believe the Q team has done it the way they've done it, and why Mr. T didn't come in back in January. He wants the people to stand up. Power back to the people. You've got to take it back. We've got to take it back. The world's got to take it back. The people have got to take it back. Yes, there's help, and they're not going to let us down, but we have to do it as well. Because people get so lazy, and I've said this before. They've got to see. You can't tell the people. He wouldn't have been able to stand up on stage no matter what and tell the people. People don't listen, as you know. You're trying to wake people up. You're trying to tell people about this. People aren't listening. They make their own choices, but they can see. So we can't tell the people we're going to show the people. It's so obvious and such a master plan. But there's, like I said, a lot of people out there still don't get it. They still don't get why he wasn't meant to come in January. And I've seen people saying, like I said, people I watch, and I just think, oh my God, where's your head at? You're all like, well, he didn't get in January. There's no point looking at Mr. T. He's not done what he said. He's not part of us anymore. You know, he's not for the people. It's like, what? You've changed your tune. I haven't. I'm just watching it go on. I think it's the best plan ever. Like I said, how would you do it worldwide? How would you wake the world up? How would you do it in a way where every move that MSM take, they're just putting one big foot in it again and digging their own grave? That's how you do it. And here's Tapper77. Yay! We were just talking about you before when you got, it was Tapper who sent me this one, you know, and it's just making me laugh all the way through this. I've got 17 people in. I mean, can you write this shit? This used to happen all the time. Now it's gone to 18. We know who 18 is. What about your family, Dolly? My family, my dad's awake. My dad woke me up. My sister is now awake after a few years, and now she knows. My mum is sort of a little bit, but not quite, but doesn't care. My kids, my eldest, sort of. My youngest, brainwashed by his dad. My boyfriend, sort of ish, a little bit, but not with Mr. T. But you know, I just carry on. I don't back down. So people still panic too much, looking outside to saviours. And that's the thing with Mr. T, because I think what it is with these people on YouTube with bigger channels is, and I've heard people say this, Trump's not a saviour. We know he's not, but he is helping to save people. Actually, it's not a saviour as he's coming to do it, and that's why he didn't come back in January. He's helping the people. He's showing the people. They are still helping. They're not going to let us down, but we've got to do it as well. But this is what pisses me off with people, because it's like people have no trust in people anymore because of the trust that's been lost in the past with certain things and certain people. Yes, governments and stuff like that. So when they see he come along, they still don't have trust in him. They think he's a flip side of the other, he's same side as the other coin. He's not. Tapper, you know, I've said this forever. He's not, if you really look into it. But people always go, oh, if you talk about him, people will say, oh, you think he's the saviour. No, he's not doing it on his own. This is why they needed the digital soldiers, which of us. This is why they needed the people to take the power back, because yes, they are helping, but we need to do it as well. Because the world is us, the people, and we need to do it as well. You know, they're showing us that Q came out to show us how to research. Power back to the people. Stand up, open your mouth, say something. Don't lie down. Don't dig the grave and get in it. But he is helping us no matter what people say. So, yeah, he's a saviour in a sense, but we're not looking at him like, oh my God, he's just doing it. He needs we, the people. That's why it's called Where We Go One, We Go All. We're all in this together worldwide. The world knows. I've seen people, the world knows what's going on. There's a woman in Africa today who's got a channel who's just going on about Mr. B over there and what he's doing and all the crap that he's causing. The world knows, you know, but it's just those that are still asleep, you know, need to see, and they will do, because they're going to be shown, and it's not going to be pretty. No, he's woken up to some stuff, but he doesn't believe, he thinks Mr. T is not, you know, because he's still feeding into a lot of mainstream media. I know that he looks on his phone at mainstream media, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's because I think there's a lot of people that think that, oh yeah, mainstream media lie about a few things. We know the government's a bit corrupt, but they don't lie about everything. Well, they basically do, near enough, lie about everything. And I think it's just because there's that much been said about him that's so bad. People just, or they're not interested. You know what I mean? I always think it's fine not to be interested, but I tell you what, when it all goes off and people see what this man has been doing to save America and the world, because he's always said America first and the world, they're going to think about, to me, I believe people are going to think about, they don't have to be bothered about that. It's just that they're going to be more aware if something ever happened in the future where you're not just going to sit down and believe what someone's saying. You're going to try and tune into them. You're going to learn to research, because you've learned to research. A lot of us have properly. And you're going to look into things and not just take something as a given, that just because someone's telling you something, that is the God's honest truth. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what people do. It's got that way where everybody has put the trust in the media. Google, fact checkers, all that shit of it's the truth. When we all know it's not. Good people out there everywhere, patriots trying to put the truth out, and people are not believing in people, they're believing in the government and stuff like that. They're not believing in people who are trying to help them, you know, because we're seen as cray-cray. It went from people complaining about nanny state to now to controlling state, but now people need to deprogram to before again, like you said, Janine, people only get it when they see exactly, and that's why Team 17 said a while back, we can't tell the people, we're going to show the people. And this is what's happening. And people don't like it because they're seeing it, they're seeing the pain, we're going through the pain, we're going to see more pain over the next few months. But that's the only way people will wake up. The only way people wake up, and the only way you normally wake up to yourself, is the pain that you go through. You learn from it. Just like, again, what it said with Trump pointing to the sign of the meme saying, miss me yet? Learn any lessons? Yeah, I bet America's learned a lot of lessons of what's going on and who Mr. B is, and you shouldn't put your trust in everything. You know what I mean? Learn any lessons? It'll be okay. Joe's not actually president. I'm just teaching the ignorant a lesson. So it's funny when people say it's a show. Yeah, we know it's a show. It's all theatre. Yeah, it is. You're being shown what you could have had. So all the actors out there, what would have happened if this guy stayed in forever? Because we all know Mr. B isn't Mr. B anyway. That's not, don't know who that is. And you have to be shown it for a while, because the world has to wake up to be seeing the shit of what's going on, of what you really would have had in forever if she'd have got in and capped the capstone off with that. Can you imagine? Whoa, if you've looked into all that. So, show the world for a little bit, even if it was 18 months, 2 years of the shit that's gone on. Lock them down. Things going on underneath that. While all that shit's going on, there was lots going on elsewhere. Show the people, because that's the only effing way that they're going to wake up. You have a meltdown, you wake up, you realise you have to see the dark to know what the light is. You have to see the shit and the pain to know that you want to go and heal and be in the light and come from the dark. You know, I'm not into everybody going on about the spiritual stuff. Oh, we have our shadow self. We are part of the dark and light. Yes, we know that, but we're not talking about that. We know that. We're saying, you remember the Little Soul in the Sun book? Contrast, yin and yang. The dark's been overly in control. It isn't balanced. So we're taking it back. You have to see the bad. We're not sweeping under the carpet anymore, because that's what's happened. Light workers and people don't want to see out there. They don't want to see the truth. They don't want to know the truth. They don't want to see it because it burst a bubble. Well, you're going to effing see it, because when you do see it, you're going to want to work to the light. If you're a good-hearted person, really, you're going to want to break it down. You're going to want to move forward. You're going to want to let go of that shit within you as well, and on the outside, and you're going to want to let new things come in and help people move forward. And even as hard as it can be for a while, it'll be for the best in the end. You go through a bit of hardness to get the better. It's like I was saying before about business. A lot of people who have businesses will go through a couple of years of struggling and striving and work in those hard times before the good bit comes in, because they've worked on it, and it was the work that they put into it and the intentions they put into it and the love that they put into it, and they never give in. That's a bit like this. To make that work in the future, to be a better future, we have to go through the shit now and clear it out. But it's a worldwide thing, so we're not alone, you know. The shit's going on, but you have got to live your life the best way you can, happy while we go through the shit. No point going through it negatively, because that's what they want anyway, and they feed off that. We have a governor in New York that wants no sex on birth. Yeah, well, they're all like that, Laurie. They're all like that, but that just shows when people see, the more shit they put out like that, the more people go, you what? They start waking up. So I say, put your shit out, because more people wake up. And then when they see it in the UK, we all go, what? and then we wake up. All these things that are going on that seem absolutely batshit crazy, I've not said that for ages, are just waking people up. Even I know people who've had that and have said if it comes into the schools, they're not having it to the children, and they think that's wrong. So even though they don't want that happening. This is where people have got to stand up and say no more. They're another docudrama worth a look at if you want to understand who is calling the shots. Grey Wolf, this agenda is part of the fourth. Yeah, I mean, we know there's been an agenda. I mean, we know there's been 1984, and there's all these things that the agenda, the New World Order, and what is it, 2030? I don't know. We all know that, but they didn't know there was a plan going against all that. You know, that's been in for a very long time as well. But the reason why it takes time, and things may take a turn sometimes if something's happened on the other end, is because it's got to be done within the law. Land law, by the way, not sea law, because we've all been on maritime law, as a lot of us know. Land law. Under God. Yeah. Yeah, Nuremberg. That's coming and all. So, you know what I mean? There's shitloads going on. But I just wanted to come on and say, yeah, it's been a crazy week for me. Last week, things are changing. It's all upside down, batshit crazy. Don't know what I'm doing. Knackered, whatever. But like I said before, hard work pays off in the end, and it will. I've just got to keep thinking about that. When I'm on the bus to work, I'm pumping Ray K out on the bus. I'm thinking, yeah, we're going to... I'm trying to think different things. Like I said, you've just got to keep raising your vibrations. And like I said, I've never given. I've never fell off. I've never gone against... Mr. T, because you can see what he's doing. I feel sorry for the people who have fell off, who don't believe he's coming back or was part of anything. And I do really, I feel quite sad that people who used to talk about him in a good light, I mean, was that to get seen, are like falling off that. I'm just like scratching my head about that, like what? You know, about time that people started trusting people, that there are good people out there, and there are people that are here to help humanity move forward, and they are here to do good things. Not everybody's bad out there, but everyone always has this negative effing thing that goes on, and it's always something has to be bad, because it was for a while, and then something changes and people go on about the shift and the change, and it's in front of your effing face, and people still have to put that man down. And I'm sorry, people might not like that, and there'll be people who are saying something against it, because there are those people out there who go, oh my God, I still can't believe she's trusting that guy. It's like, I trust myself, and I trust myself to know that I trust that person, not that person's saving me, that person showed me with certain other things. I save myself, I'm sovereign, I have my own mind, but that man is a part of the exposure. Yeah, worldwide exposure, Great Wayne, exactly. And that's why ages ago when Camelot Castle invited me down to stay, they were like, we've seen you as one of the, I don't know if they're on YouTube anymore, one of the biggest UK Trump supporters. And I am! And I was, and I am, and I still am. You know, a lot of people talk about him now in the UK. It's like, Jesus, thank God they've woke up. But people know that. And I will blow my own trumpet that way. Trumpet, because, you know. Yeah. And I trust him because I trust myself, and I trust in good people. And I trust in people who believe in God as well, whatever that is to you. But I got this from Trump Towers, where Tom Numbers has been when he's been to New York now. I think he's still there. I got this, was it in 2019 when I went to New York? Went in Trump Towers, and my mum brought me this baseball cap. Yes. I'm going to bloody wear it. And it's been sat there because I couldn't wear it when I have dreads in, but now I can. Good people know good people. Exactly, Mark. And that's why I say I trust him, because I trust myself and my intuitiveness. And I knew years ago, and I've said this before, and I'll bring it up again, and I'll keep repeating it. When I first got into the number 17, I knew that Mr. T was part of number 17, because a lot of people don't understand that either. They go, oh, there's some people out there in the spiritual community on YouTube who do like Mr. T. and then slag the Q team off and don't know that he's actually a part of it with the military. No. And there was a point where I thought, is he a flip side of the coin? And I tuned in and did my research, and I was like, never got this horrible vibration about him. People only think that because they listen to other people and they listen to the mainstream. Hi, Elme. Oh, I just got back. Yeah, I am feeling better. I'm feeling better talking to you guys, and I've been taking one of my little oils for a cold. It smells like Vicks. And I've been doing a lot today, so I think I've sweated it out myself. You know, don't think about it too much. I think it's because I'd gone back to work and it was just a case of, yeah, I was just knackered as well. A bit run down in a sense. I think a lot of people are, but I do get it twice a year. You know, I didn't think it was anything else. Like some people are like, oh my God, it's a bit like, no, I get it twice a year. And I've got one of my little mini potion bottles on, really cute. Be doing some of them. Got my lip glosses that will be coming out. Like I said, these are still moisturising as I put it on before. But yeah, so, you know, people these days give up on people easily. And a lot of people fell off it and a lot of people gave up on him. Yes, thank you, Rachel. If you'd like to make a coffee donation, my email is in the chat by PayPal, because I think they did take super chat off me on here, and if anyone has ever or has recently put a coffee donation into PayPal, thank you very much, but sometimes I can't email you to say thank you because it won't let me message. But if you ever have or do, thank you very much, it means a lot. But yes, thank you. She's better than any of these other roles in my house. And if someone has killed her, I think. Who's better than who's royal? Who? What? Oh, Diana. I'm wondering if she's still alive. I think she's part of the plan. Because she wasn't one of them. She knew. Either way, that's coming out. And Michael Jackson. Oh, yes. And Mel Gibson. Have you heard about Mel Gibson? They're trying to shut him up about a film that he's doing about... Oh, what is it? Rainbow Wizard or Lois might have sent it to you or you sent it to me about the new film that he's doing. Oh no, don't put hippie trinkets and things on. I'm not on there anymore. You can't go to hippie trinkets and things anymore because I can't get in it. It's like I got banned off there or something. That's my old one, so you can't go there. Yeah, you put the new one in, thank you. It's called Blooming Naturals by Janine, because the stuff that I'm doing now, because my boyfriend said, you know, you need to hone in on one thing. I know I'm very creative. I know I've got good creative abilities. I know this. It's not, you know, blow my own trumpet. I love creating. But they're going to be natural things, so that's what I decided to call it. I know I keep changing it. I'm mad. Yes. Before you go to sleep, Dolly, say to yourself, your body, that you refuse to be. Yeah, I do ask for healing angels, and I do ask for healing while I sleep. And when I get this, it doesn't normally last that long anyway, and it is going. So yes, I do. So thank you, Anne-Marie. Everything will come out, good or bad. They have to be shown. Yeah, this is what I was saying, Tapper. This is why they were said ages ago with the 17 team was you can't tell the people, you've got to show the people. You know, she's alive. Yeah, I think she's alive. I think she's alive. I think she's alive. Some people might think that's crazy. I believe Michael Jackson is. I believe it was all planned because they're the people. There's certain people that they say have gone, even recently, that I don't believe are, because they're the people that are going to bring down certain arenas like Hollywood, celebrities, the film industry, this, that, and the other. But before I go, Mel Gibson was going to bring a film out on, what was it? You might have just put it in and I've not seen it. And they're trying to censor him again and call him bad because they did this when he brought Passion of the Christ out. We all know why. They're against God, by the way, of whatever you want to see that as, an energy or whatever. So Mel Gibson was bringing out, yeah, David, about Mel Gibson was bringing out a film called, yeah, I've come off Telegram again. There's just too much going on over there and it's just constantly notifications all the time. It's taking me space up. Mel Gibson, thank you. So yeah, sorry, thank you, you've put Rothschilds and I'm not reading it. He's doing a film or bringing a film out about the Rothschilds. So they're trying to shut him up. Funny that, isn't it? But Mel Gibson was also, if you don't know about Number 17, in the Number 17 post a while, a few years ago, Mel Gibson was shouted out as a good guy. He is a good guy. His dad was a good guy. He used to help the Native American Indians, give them blankets and things. And that's why they've always called Mel Gibson out, and they've made out he was a drunk and this, that, and the other, which maybe he was, but it's because he knew certain things and he hates them. And if you actually go and do your research and look at some Golden Globe Awards or whatever they were years back, he sat there with a face like thunder, looking at all the other celebrities like, and they pan on him, and he's not impressed. Like I said, it's not every celebrity, and a lot of the older ones back from the older generations are good people. Not all of them, but not all of them are bad either, and they will speak out. That Rosie girl's speaking out now. Nicki Minaj speaking out. Some people say she's going to flip. Whether she does or not, it doesn't matter. She's still waking people up. But Mel Gibson is a good guy. He's a patriot. He did the film Patriot because he is a patriot. Think about the films that he's in. I always see the filming as white hats and dark hats. So he was played the patriot because he is a patriot. He's played in William Wallace, Freedom, Scotland. Think of Trump, Scotland connections. Lots of connections in the Scottish thing to do with McLeod fan. All them sort of films that he's been in, he's sort of played that sort of good guy because he is good, literally, he is, right? So, and he did Passion of the Christ that he paid for himself, and they said a lot of things happened on that movie set with the guy who played Jesus. If you watch that, it is not in English, I don't think, but you see entities and things in that, and it's all like amazing, do you know what I mean? But Mel Gibson is a good guy, and it's funny because me and my sister used to love Mel Gibson when he was younger, and it's like, funnily enough, the people that we like, that we found out are good, are the people that we liked as kids, so we had good intuitive vibes about people. So that's why I know Mr. T is a good guy. And Denzel, is it Denzel Washington? He's been talking out, and it's really funny because there was a black guy that was in the Q team put out, and it was his arm, so we never saw his face, from way back in the 80s, saying that he has done things, but he wanted to speak out, and he said that Mel Gibson was good, and he said about these things were true, about certain things were going on. He didn't say his name, he was an actor, and we were trying to figure out who it was, and I thought it was not Denzel Washington, Wesley Snipes, but maybe it was Denzel Washington, because it was an arm, we didn't see anything else. But yeah, Mel Gibson has spoken out about the shadow colour. Yeah, he's spoken out about a lot, and that's why they've tried to make out he was a drunk, he was this, that, and the other, which you probably would turn to alcohol with the lies that they tell about people. What they do with the celebrities, if you don't do as you're told to tell lies about, you say that you've had an affair, say you've done this, say you've done that, the world believe it because they believe in mainstream media and the lies that they put out in the papers. And this is even why I've tried to say to my boyfriend and other people, oh, such and such a thing, they're not that bad, And they're like, yeah, well, they are because he did this and this went, yeah, the media said that. They're like, no, it's true. Yeah, the media said that. Doesn't mean it's true. The media swing it. You're not doing as you're told. You're going against them. They will make up a story about you. That's why people have got to really look into things. Of a lot of people out there that are being told of done bad things are not always the people that have done bad things if it's by the media. A lot of people who've gone to prison, especially in America, are not always the bad ones. They've twisted it where good people go in and bad people get out quicker. The catch and release in America, are you having a laugh? That wasn't under Trump's regime. You catch him and then you release him and then they bog off and then you don't know where they are. So whose regime was that under? He knew that, yeah, he knew. And that's why I say he is a patriot. That's why they are talking out, and I believe the alliance, a lot of actors and people like that have been in with the alliance. It's like spies. This is why I've said Mr. T had to get in the position he was in, high up around them people. The daft people out there who don't research for toffee and copy everything the mainstream media goes, well, I've seen pictures of him with Epstein. I'm like, yeah, at the parties, but he weren't at the after parties. You could be at a party with someone you don't like and they could be stood behind you and you get a picture taken of you. Doesn't mean that you like that person, but seen as to someone else that you're next to that person, they will believe that you like them because the mainstream media has told you that they like them. To me, he had to be there to build his empire up, to be around these people, to see what they were doing. He was never on the flight log to that place. He'd been on a plane, but he'd not been to the flight log. A lot of people out there, I think, have been spies. They seem like the black hats, but they're not. To take this thing down. This thing's been in place for a very long time. Keep saying to these people, but people don't understand. So this is where I believe when it starts to come out with who's who and what's what, which we're all waiting for, you're going to be very surprised. There's going to be a lot of people we thought were on the good side that are not. And there's going to be people on the bad that we thought were on the bad side that are actually on the good side. And it's just like the Democrats versus the Republicans. There was a lot of Republicans who were not good. Trump got rid of him. There was a lot of people in the Democrats who are not bad, they're good. It's not everybody's bad on that side, but everybody's been confused in this, that, and the other. And that's why when Mr. T stood up with certain people like Fauci and certain people, everyone's like, oh my God, but he's bad. It's like, he was just showing them for what they are. He had to get them thinking that he was with them. That's part of the plan, that they think he's part of their plan, but he's not. It's genius, but people don't get it. So, yeah, it's just bonkers. Yeah, and he did. And years ago, he chucked Epstein out of a party after he tried to go with a friend's daughter. He chucked him out. But people won't research because they're lazy asses. And they can't be asked researching. Though they had a lot of time to research in lockdown, but they didn't. No, they didn't. They just went along with what everyone says. They don't look into shit. Jack shit. They don't look into jack shit. I'm very sweary tonight. They don't look into jack. That's what happens when I'm a bit ill. Don't look into jack shit. No, they don't. He said he'd come back if America needed him years ago. He didn't really want to be president, but, if, it was going to shit, which he knew it was. He knew what was going on. He could see it. He knew. He was informed then. So you have to be a bit like James Bond, and do your thing. And then, we got into, The Apprentice, where everyone's like, he was a celebrity. And that's why it makes me laugh, because he didn't get paid for being president. People laugh at that. Well, look into it, because he didn't. He didn't need the money and he didn't need the fame. He was already famous and he made his own money. So he didn't need to be president. He didn't need all the slack that he got. He didn't need everybody slagging him off all over the world. He didn't need that. He didn't need all the shit put in his family, but he did it. He sacrificed that because he loves America. And he likes people. But people don't research enough to take any notice. And this is why I said people are ignorant. They're ignorant. And I can't wait for it to come out properly where people see. Because, like I said, we'll forgive people, but people will start thinking about how they judge and how they've not looked at anything. They've not questioned nothing. And as the Q team always said, question everything, research yourself and question everything. People used to call it a cult. Oh, Dolly's in a cult. It's like, what, a cult that gets you to question everything and research yourself? Cults don't do that. They get you to not research and don't question nothing, just do as they say, like MSM. So how daft are people? The only cult that gets you to question everything and research yourself, I'll be in part of that every day, gets you to be sovereign. Okay. I know, and like I said, we can't wait, and we've been waiting a long time, but really, it's not been a long time, but it has been a long time, because what is time? It's linear. It's like, but it's going on. You can see it, and it is ramping up, and it is the snowball effect, and it is happening. Yes, it's a pain in the ass, but we're all in this together. And this is why I'm saying, live your life, do what you want, but do it with love. Care for other people. Try and be kind, but live your life as we're going through this, because it's best to do that. Be aware, but live your life as well. It's not about just sitting there and doing nothing. It is about being aware, but it's also about getting up and living your life and getting back out there with people. We've had enough of sitting in, helping people, not getting arguing with people, just being the light and just living your life and bringing those things in that you want to bring in, because that's where the future's going. But what can you do to help your life better at the minute as we're going through the shit? That's why I say express yourself, but express yourself in a loving way. Shake your ass, yeah, dance, do whatever. Keep going forward. Yes, we're going to have ups and downs. That's what life's about. It's about lessons as well. Learn from your downs and learn what brings you up, and do more of what brings you up. Learn from the pain. Learn what you don't want to. Learn that whatever brings you pain, don't do that, what gives you pain. think, oh, every time I do that, this happens, I don't like it. Right, well, stop doing it then. My mum is starting to wake up a bit. Yeah, people are starting to get, even the people that you probably think wouldn't wake up are starting to wake up. It's a process, but I believe the reason why it's taking a bit of time, of whatever that time is, even though really it's gone quick, is it's giving other people a chance to wake up. You've got to let them have a chance to wake up. Hi, Lena. You've got to have a chance to get them to wake up. It's not fair to be going, oh, we're all awake, you know, all these people, you know, I've said it in the past, the sheeple, blah, blah, blah. You've got to give them time. They've been the most indoctrinated, the most brainwashed. So give them time. Give them time. And I can't even wait for all the women who can't see the woods for the trees and see Mr. Trump. Yeah, and they're going to feel stupid, and so they should, because then it will make them realise, you know, question everything and research yourself and stop going off just what someone else says. That goes for everything as well, on air, everywhere. The show is for them, not for us. We set an example by being ourselves. Just be you. Yeah, that's right, Lois, and we've said this before. The show that's happening is not for us. We know, we're aware, we know what's going on, we see what's going on if you truly do see what's going on. It's for them. That's why I say be aware, but don't get too caught up in it. Yes, you can look at Trump because Trump's bringing that out in the physical. Something had to bring something out in the physical because it's inevitable. You talk about go within and things change. Well, it also changed us on the outside, but there's got to be something in the physical that does it in the material. But the show isn't for us. You know, be aware. So there's certain things going on, and they're going on about petrol and all that at the minute. The only reason why we're running out is because people are going panic buying, because people are panicking about, because people are putting fear out again. It's to do with the trucks. It's just to do with trying to bring in cheaper workers and all. We all know about that, and I'm not even talking about that because it's not even happening where I am. I know it's happening in some places, but the show's not for us. It's for the other people that don't know. So it's waking them up. We're observing what's going on, but like I said, live your life as you're going. Be aware and try not to get too angry. Yeah, don't do it. Exactly. People like pain sometimes. They like got to go in circles and go back to the stuff that, because when you get people in pain or in victim state mentality, they go back to it because it's comfortable, because they know it's mad and it's true. You go to it because you know it, and you what's the word, you're familiar with it. You're not familiar with change. That's why it's hard. I'm finding the change hard that's going on in my life now, but I know it for the better, because everything before was a comfort blanket and you don't want to move. But that's why people stay stuck there, because even though it's painful and they might not really like it and they want to move from it, it's familiar, because you know what's happening and you know what sort of feelings you're going through. When there's change coming and we're not really sure, like we know there's great things, we don't know what it's going to look like, it's a bit scary, and it's like, ooh, but we've got to go through it, because we know birthing pains happen. You're in the dark when you're in your mummy's tummy, and then you come out and it's all like, wow, the light, but it's just like that. So, but this is about coming from the fear, letting go of that comfort blanket and jumping in feet first. And it's hard, but we're all doing it, and that's what everyone's got to remember. We're all doing it. And it's funny because Lady V was on the other day, she's talking about change and stuff and what she's doing, and because we had a Pisces, moon in Pisces with a big full moon, which is brilliant. I was really calm on that day. I put that other video out of me dancing there. I am a Pisces, so she was saying, which I didn't think about, which was brilliant. A lot of people who were fire signs were getting a bit, because it was a water sign, you know, dampening the fire signs. Well, yeah, I was in my element because I'm a Pisces, so going along with that, the water and the times. I told my granddaughters to dance in the rain the other day. Yeah, well, when I was camping, it started raining, and I just said, I'm standing here dancing, getting wet. I'm not bothered. But yeah, so I just really want to put out there, you know, again, he's a good guy, and we've just got to watch this roll out, you know, roll out. Things will get a bit crazy before it gets better, but you know, it's happening. I think they're gonna try and ruin Christmas. This is why they're putting things out about Christmas. They're gonna try and ruin Christmas, but it ain't gonna happen. Not this Christmas. Tapper, read your message. Where? I can't go back, it's too far. You'll have to put it out again before I go. But I'm probably going to come on do a chat soon about, I was talking to someone about things about how we feel energies and how other people will do things that they see certain stuff and energies, and it opens you up to see certain things that are there that we think are not there, which you can feel are there, but certain things can open you up to see. And in my eyes of experiences with people's experience and my experiences is, you know, you can do it naturally, and it can be a sort of good and a bad thing depending on what sort of person you are. But I'm not sort of going to say what it is yet, because I'm going to think about how I'm going to go around about discussing it. But I think it's a good thing to discuss. Hope it doesn't make sense, but think lockdown, not many used the car, so they had stockpile of fuel, petrol, so they put the panic out to get rid of old stock. Yeah, I don't think it's just that, Tapper. It's just because they're just trying to put people in favour again of making bullshit up about why food isn't getting through and all that. We all know there's fuel. There always will be. We're not running out of anything. They're trying to get cheaper workers in. And when people have been blurting out about it, people just go and do the whole toilet roll shenanigans in lockdown. They go into fear, so they go and buy. They put the prices up. They say it's running out, but it's not. It's because everyone's fear buying. The truck drivers have said it's nothing to do with that. It's to do with this, that, and the other, and that they're trying to get cheaper workers in, and they're trying to get into ruin Christmas and stuff like that. We all know what's going on, but I just say not taking no notice of it because it's bullshit. So yeah. Yeah, but I'm talking about Christmas with what they're trying to do. And do you remember a few years ago when they were saying you couldn't even say Happy Christmas? It will come back, and on the cue boards it was like Santa and who was Santa and they're giving you a Christmas present. I think that Christmas present's coming this Christmas of America's getting America back, and that means the world will get the world back, if anyone gets what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm going to go now because it's late. I've got to get to bed because I'm up very early in the morning. And we'll see how my feet carry on tomorrow. But I will let you know when I get my Crocs, how my Crocs go. I am hoping that they are comfy. I think I got a bit of a chesty cough as well because I'm in a warehouse and it was a little bit dusty. So that was going on. But I haven't been on a bus for ages. I was so surprised that you can plug your phone into a bus and everything. Oh my God. I was just like, oh, the world's changing. That sounds mad, but I haven't been on a bus for ages. Birthday and Christmas. Yeah. So I actually can't wait for Christmas this year, and I actually can't wait for the New Year, even though we all know the New Year is not the real New Year. But I do believe a lot of shit's going to happen before Christmas. It's going to calm down a little bit in the New Year. Even people are going, what, that long? Well, yeah, it's not really that far off if you think about it. The New Year will be the eye-popping. People have started to come over more, and I believe 2022, which is the feminine divine number, is going to be the biggest year for where the big changes are happening and things start to roll in to get better, and it's just going to grow from there and there and there. People, hold on, anchor that light, have faith, don't get caught up in the shit, be aware, as I always say, stay positive, live your life, get out there, talk to people, still put your dreams out there. Change is going on in my life, big things. I'm not liking certain things, but I have to do it to bring other things in. It'll work together because I've got a boyfriend who wants things to work together, is supporting me, wants to support me with my kids as well, that aren't his kids, but wants to support me. So it'll work. I know I've got to do these things to bring other things in. I'm not liking it at the minute, but it will get better, and you have to do things sometimes. Things will change. This won't be forever. I know that, just like all this stuff won't be forever. Everything changes, nothing stays the same. So that's that. So like I say, I will be launching something soon before Christmas, hopefully, with these things going on, with some really nice stuff. And then I want to launch something bigger, hopefully in the new year, with something else that's going on that I'm not going to talk about, because I have learned about talking out about things when people just wish you badness with stuff. But that's something I'm just going to work on and get some money together to work on that by working, and put that out nearer a time when there's something coming. But I will be testing a few things out and seeing how some stuff go with the certain things that I'm doing. So I'm going to go and get ready for bed, wash my face. I've had a bath, put my lovely moisturisers on, and yeah, just keep watching this show roll out. We've got 27 and 27 in, so there's a same number mirrored there. Like I said, expressing yourself and not caring what other people think, because that's their problem. And you know, that's a problem within themselves. Eyes to the sky there. Last hope for control. Well, yeah. Had a few late nights myself. Yeah, there's the only good thing about this job, and that I know I have to go to bed early, so that's a good thing. Yeah, I think they've been doing a bit of that. It's either going to come in or get knocked out, or everyone's going to laugh at it. But there's some things now I've let go of. I'm just like, you know what? I need to concentrate and focus on the things that I need to bring in now for me and my family. Be aware of all that going on at the same time. But, you know, there is that factor of doing, you know, the doing. Big hugs and lots of the Yakutat fam. Yes. Can't see JP's. Where's JP's? Fear, false evidence appear. Yeah, that's what they say about fear. False evidence appearing real. Yeah. So, yeah. And I'm actually going to have a great Christmas this year. And I'm actually going to get drunk. Ah, because I never normally do. But I am. I've decided. Just be careful what you're drinking, you know. What you're drinking. Know when to stop. But yes, and the skies have been beautiful. We've had some really beautiful skies. I was watching some clouds before, it was like energy ripples. I was like, remember, not everything is you. We get affected off the planets and everything. We get affected of the energies above, the earth energies, other people's energies. So with what's going on at the minute, with all the changes in the celestial changes, things moving about up there, things coming in, things changing, full moons, this, that, and the other, things happening on Earth, blah, 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 blah. We're getting bombarded with everything. So it's not all you. Like I said, if you need to rest, rest. I still hold on to the dream I had 3 or 4 years ago of seeing Earth as a big white star, and she was ascending and she was healing and we were healing on it. And I got told, you will heal and you will help others heal. And I saw healing. Earth, it went off then. Earth was a star. She was ascending to a star. We're ascending from, like people like to say, carbon to crystalline. That was the same as her. We're on her back. We're like little mites. We're like little worker bees. We're like whatever. We were on her. We were healing as well as she healed. She's ascending, so we ascend with her. So that's the change. The cards that came out today when I was listening to JCK, and I did put it in a chat, but I don't think she saw it because I don't actually think she takes much notice of what I say. But I did do a card for her, and it was the Magician. We're all the magicians. We're all doing this. This is why you've got to be very careful with the timelines you're too much in, because if you're too much into their timeline, we go on that timeline. That's why I'm taking absolute no notice of their effing timeline, because I'm not on that timeline. But we did get in, as I was listening to her this morning, 3 cards, which the story goes of what I read into was these, which was the Page of Swords, of the Tower, and then number 17, the last one. Number 17 was the Star. Yeah, what I've just said. So the story goes, what I fed into these cards were, there's a young girl here reading a book. She's got light bulbs in her hand. She's getting ideas. There's birds about. She's walking on a sort of over what you call it, a ravine or whatever, balancing. She's got a balancing act going on there, but she's reading, she's got these ideas coming in. It reminded me of the next generation that are coming in. She's got red on for action and blue. She's trusting herself. These new kids that are coming in have got bright ideas. They've got a lot of knowledge and wisdom because they haven't got the shit that we've been programmed with when we were programmed. There's more kids coming in knowing. People talk about crystal babies, this, that, and the other. These children know, and it is for the future for these children to have this sort of energy and not be caught up in ancestral shit and all that shit. They're going to be free from that, and this is why we're doing what we're doing. It's not really for us if we see it or not. It's for our children's children, next generations to come. Freedom for them to not be slave workers and so on and so forth. The Tower, number 16, which is 7, is falling within us and without. It's within and it's the world without. The Tower's falling, they fall down. Your tower needs to fall. Mine's falling at the minute because I'm going to be building stronger foundations for my family. That's what's happening out there in the world. Certain systems are falling to be built up to have stronger foundations. They have stronger foundations, they're going to stay strong for a very, very long time. A lot of foundations have not been strong in certain things, so that's what's going on there. The last one, number 17, which is 8 as well, infinity, is the star. You are honing your higher self in, you're honing the cosmic energy, the godly energy. There is your connection, your lead, your silver cord. You are connecting, you are anchoring that light. She sat on earth anchoring that light, the cosmic light, the truth, the love, the light, anchoring it in. 2 worlds coming together, heaven on earth. Hold on, it's coming in. We're not disconnected. They try to disconnect it. You're never disconnected from it. And that was the card that came out. Purple, spiritual energy. The age of Aquarius is the age of wisdom. It's a highly spiritual age. It's Venus doing its travel up the other way around. Like I said, the pentacle, the other way around, it's a flower shape. The other way around's been material over spiritual, which has been in for a very long time. But now it's changing to spiritual over materialism. Not the material world. Not that. They're not breaking apart. It's just why we're in the material. It's going to be more in the spiritual ways and practices and things that are coming in. So that's what's happening. Anchor your light. Keep it anchored. And hold on. Hold on, buckle up, strap in, it's coming. So I'm just going to do one more card for tonight. Energy of this week. And then I'm going because I've got to go to bed. Yeah, you can enjoy yourself without a drink. Of course you can. I don't really drink. I don't drink. Oh, we've got the 2 of Cups. Woohoo! Reminds me of me and my boyfriend. 2 together, energies together. Cups is to do with emotions and stuff. Working it out together. You know, balance. Two becoming one. 2 realms becoming one. Balancing the energies. See all the colours of the chakras. Working together, supporting each other. Out there in the world. Watch the water. We've got to balance it up. We've got to balance our emotions up. 2 became 1. You want the best for each other. You want to do for each other. You want to, you know, balance in the world. Water, living, breathing waters. Hi, Mr. Metaphysics. Yeah, I mean, we've been buckled in for a very long time. Oh, what's that? Some cards have flipped over. Oh, there you go. The sun. Bringing that energy in. Going to the golden age. Joy, abundance, happiness. That feeling of, oh, when the sun comes out. 10 of Swords. Walking away from the shits and what people say. Swords is to do with thoughts. We're looking to new horizons. We're turning our back on the old way. You can still be in this world, but to play it your way. And then 8 of Wands I see as passions and magic coming from other sources. Oh, look, all them hearts and stars and everything. That's beautiful. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Bringing it all in, all working together, all passions coming in. Number 8, infinity, the magic, the fire, the wands, the action coming in. Things are happening. Get on with it. I'm going to bed and I will see you soon at some point this week with more reports on my Croc shoes, working, things going on and whatever. But please don't give up on the Mr. T, because he's a good guy. That's all I'm saying. It's worth the support. Don't give up on people. You know, too many people are giving up on people, you know, all the time. All the time. People flip and flop. Oh, he's good, he's bad. Oh, no, I don't believe him. As someone said, it's like, hey, have trust in people. You know, there's a lot of trust left with people. I understand that there's a lot of trust that people don't trust people. I see this all the time on YouTube. Lots of people out there commenting everywhere. They don't trust people. A lot of people because they don't trust themselves, but there's a lot of that lost faith in people. I'm not just talking about Mr. T. Losing faith in humanity, losing because they see the bad. They just think nobody's good and everybody's after something, and it's not true, you know. But like I said, good guy, just like Mel Gibson, not giving up on that. Like I said, all that's coming out that will be seen. So I'm not in fear, you know, we will see. And I don't really think I'm going to be wrong on this with a lot of people who do believe in that man and all that goes along with it. We've all done things in the past. We've all said things in the past. People need to get over themselves and stop thinking that they're flipping absolutely, you know, never said nothing or done nothing. We all have, and that's how you learn by your lessons. So people need to stop judging people so much, because we do judge, you know, it's part of what we do, but they forget that this, you know, you've asked for change. Change comes. It's in front of your face, and people can't even see it. So you know what I mean. So yeah. So thanks all for coming in. I can't believe it's Monday again tomorrow, but I have had a really nice weekend, and it's gone longer than I thought. And normally the weekends go fast, but yeah, I'm hoping the week goes fast, and we'll see how this week goes. But yeah, thanks all for coming in. Yeah, and just, I know we've been saying this for ages, hold the light, but you know, wars do go on for a couple of years, and it's been going on for a bit, but we still carry on. We still soldier on. We still put a smile on our face. We still get out there. We still work. We still do whatever to bring in, you know, good vibes, because they want everyone miserable. So you've just got to remember that and fight against it. If no, I'm going to see the silver lining. No, I'm going to carry on. I've got lemons that is sour. Make lemonade out of it. That's what I say. Not everything has to be as shitty as you think. You've just got to look at it a different way. My job, I'm on my feet all the time, but I'm thinking, well, I did ask for exercise, so it's a form of exercise. It's knackering, so I just look at it like that. I could have a job that I was sat on my ass all day, and then I'm moaning about I'm not getting any exercise. So be careful what you wish for. But like I said, thanks all for coming in. Great, Janine. I did make some last week too. Yeah, so you know, it's all good. It's all good. Well, when we went to the farm thing the other weekend, we took loads of damsons off this little damson tree, and one of our friends is making damson jam, so I'm hoping I might get some to check it out. But like I said, I'll give you an update on the Crocs. Hopefully they work, but hopefully my feet will toughen up a bit this week. We will see. But I will see you all soon. I don't know when, because like I said, I'm going to be quite tired in the weeks, but when I could get a bit of spare time, I'll be on to see how you all are, you know. And like I just said, buckle up, stand strong, don't let it get to you. Don't go on about when's it happening, what time is it, what date is it. Just enjoy the journey, and you know, just enjoy the journey and look at the good things on the journey. Just don't concentrate on the things that seem shitty. Remember, those of us that know this show is not for us, it's for the others to wake up, and we're watching them watch this and wake up, or whatever's going on. So yeah, sending love and healing for them feet, Janine. Thank you. Yes, sending healing for your plates of meat. Thank you. Yes, getting the healing for my food. I will. And yeah, I don't really want to go, but I need to. So I will see you soon. Have a great week. Remember, Monday tomorrow, Monday Moon Day. Put your intentions out. Remember to start your day off with good intentions. Don't wake up thinking, oh God. Just think about other things. Play some good music. Set your week off good. Set your morning off good, and you'll have a better day. Yeah, purging out. And I will see. Don't get caught up in the shit. And I will see you soon. Bye.